Hi, and welcome to the WMU Library for Distance Learning. This video series will go through how to use the library and mostly how to log in, authenticate, and to find material. So first I just want to show you our webpage. This is the webpage you should always be using. It's pgdiplib.wmu.se. So here you can find all the information you have access to as distance learners. Good to know might be this one. We have this page here where we collected guides on how to log in and how to resolve access issues. So if you're having trouble, you can always read through this, which is a guide to how to log into most of our systems. If this doesn't work for you, feel free to contact us. Just send us an email at library@wmu.se and we will help you and guide you through it. We have two buttons here, one to search our collected resources and one to browse individual resources. So this one is the one you will be using the most. It will get you to an EBSCO system, which amalgamates a lot of our different databases and web pages. So it's just a good entry point for searching and finding material. In our database list, this database is here and this browser, they are the same things. This will lead you to our database page, where you can see all the databases that you have access to as distance learners. So you can browse them here. You can also take a look at our resources page, where you can browse by item type instead, and it tells you where to find a particular item type. So if you're looking for journals, it will get you the publication finder, and if you're looking for books, you can go through a lot of different ports as well. Here you can also find the login page and where you can log into all library servers through OpenAthens and Google. So that's a really good page to have as well. And you can find our contact details here. And you can also just fill out the request form. Welcome to the WMU Library again, and I hope you will have some good times and good studies with us. So the first thing you will want to do is to log into Gmail in order to activate your account. This is a fairly easy process. If you've never logged into Gmail before, we'll go through it now. If you're already a Google user, it might be good to know that you should be creating a separate profile for WMU Google usage. I will show you this in a minute. But first, just make sure you go to Gmail. Here you will enter the student number you've had appended by @wmu.com.se. So I will log into the library account here, but you should of course use your student details sent out to you in the welcome letter. Make sure to use the correct password, the one that is associated with the library account. And if you're copy pasting, make sure to not leave any empty spaces, and make sure to, if you're typing, type in uppercase letters because it is case sensitive. Here we go, and now you will have activated your account and you will be able to use WMU Gmail to authenticate into the library systems. But this is only the first step. So let's see what else we need to do. We really recommend that apart from logging into Gmail this way, you also add a WMU account here. You can go up here and you can log in at a browser level. This is when you're using Google Chrome, you can log in here, and that will make authentication into the library systems a lot easier because it recognizes you. So this is what it looks like when I'm logged in at the browser level. You can see the icon both here and here. So let's go to the PgDip webpage. And when you're logged in here, this system will recognize you as a PgDip student, and it will be much easier to get in and access our systems. So once you're logged in both Chrome, here at browser level, and you've activated your Gmail, you can start searching library systems. Now, the library consists of many different pages and databases, but for this, you will want to use mainly this button here, searching our collected resources. This doesn't search everything, but it's a good starting point, and you will find most of the material here. So this is what we're going to look at first. The system has now automatically authenticated us. They know that you're a student and that you are entitled to access here. You can start searching. So let's search for one of the titles. Now you will be presented with a search list, and you can see you're getting a lot of results, but what you will want is this one. So you go into the record, or you can just click full text finder from here, but I would recommend going into the record so you see where we're getting it from. We're getting it from somewhere else. You're not going to be reading this book on this web page. You're going to be forwarded to another web page. Let's click full text finder. Now you see you've been brought to Taylor and Francis, and Taylor and Francis tells you that you have download and read online permissions. It does this because you are logged in at the browser level, and it tells you that you are from World Maritime University and you have access. You can just read it straight away. If this doesn't happen for you, you should always log in again. Let's see. Let me show you what that looks like. So if you're not logged in up here, when you get here, we'll get this page here, and then you click login. And always when a secondary system is asking you to log in again, ignore this and always go with the Open Athens option. Here you will search for your institution. And Open Athens will connect to Google, which will give you access. You see now again, you have the option to download. Let's try another title. See here, we couldn't find anything that exactly corresponds to what we're looking for. So it's possible this title is not indexed in this system you're currently searching, and you will need to go and look for it elsewhere. But before you do that, there is something we can try. That is putting these search terms into quotation marks. You're getting a bit more accurate results, but as you can see, you're looking for a book, and this says that it's a periodical, so it's probably not this one. Can we find it anywhere else? No. In this case, you will have to go again to the main website, which should always be your starting point for your research. And we could look at the individual resources that we have. Now, I happen to know that we have this book through iLaw. It's very common that all the law books you will find can be found through iLaw. You can search here, but unfortunately, the iLaw search system is not as easy as what we have here. So if you're looking for a book in iLaw, I would really recommend that you go directly here to books and you browse for the title instead. So as you can see, we only have 129 publications through iLaw. That is, we only have 129 books. We have a lot more journals. As we have so few books, you can just browse until you find the correct one. So here we have it. have a lot of modern maritime law. I think this is the one we want, so I will click on it. And I want to read that one. So at this point, you will be confronted with this page. All you have to do is type in your email address. Make sure it's your WMU email address. And now you have full text access to everything on iLaw that we own. So this is just a little bit about how to use the system and how to log in. Remember that this system, it is just an amalgamated search and it will point you towards other websites. Some of the things you find here, if they have this, you will be able to read it straight on the page. But in many other cases, you will need to go to an external website and possibly log in again. And remember, when that happens, always to use the option on the right-hand side and choose Open Athens and search for your institution. Now, I've mentioned Open Athens several times, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what Open Athens is and how it works. So if you're on the main PgDip website, through this one, here we have collected all the ways of accessing our materials and given you a guide to how to do it. So this is basically what I'm telling you in these videos. Just a bit of a guide on how to log in and to troubleshoot on your own. And here we mention Open Athens. So sometimes you will be faced with the option to log in through Open Athens. And Open Athens is an authentication system. It doesn't have any full text. It's just a way of authenticating you into our system. And it works in conjunction with Google in order to give you access to our resources. So, at some points, you will be confronted with this page. I'm going to go ahead and log out from Open Athens so you can see what it looks like when that happens. And this directs you to our main web page. This is a page directed at students who are on site, and if you use the links here, odds are you will run into trouble. So if you ever see this page, go back and use the PgDip site instead. It is specifically designed to work for distance learners. So we will close this one. And again, we will go to Open Athens. And we will sign in. And as you can see, it talked to Google, it logged me in. Sometimes you will also be confronted by this screen. As you can see, it's an Open Athens screen. Again, same procedure here. Never enter email and password directly into it. That's not the way it works. Your email and your password will only work on Google screens. Only on Google screens. In order to get to the Google screen, if confronted with this type of page, you need to always find your institution or click on the Open Athens sign-in to get to this page and then enter find your institution. Your institution is World Maritime University. Select that. And you're into Open Athens. From here, you can search what we have, our databases, our OneSearch, but more likely you will encounter this screen in the process of finding a full text, and you will be redirected directly to the full text.